Good morning, geometry students. I hope you're doing well. I have not yet heard from any of you and would love to hear from you. Please contact me so that I know that you're seeing this information and understanding it. I'm more than willing to go and answer your questions, to work through stuff with you. I just love to hear from you guys. Yesterday's lesson was a little bit much, so I completely understand if you have questions over it. Please let me know. Today's a little simpler. We're going to be talking about composite figures. A composite figure is an irregular shape that is made up of a combination of simpler shapes. We can find the area of a composite figure by adding or subtracting the areas of the simpler shapes that make it up. Right here I have an example of adding and subtracting. The adding, we just add the square and the rectangle together to get the figure. Subtracting, we want the shaded area, so we subtract the square from the circle. Fairly simple, okay? Sometimes only half of a shape will be present, so we find the area of half that shape. Example, we have a triangle with half a circle missing, so we just take the area of half a circle and subtract it from the triangle. I've chosen 3 different book exercises to go over. They illustrate some of the key things from this section. So the first one, we have this ice cream cone shaped looking thing. We can divide it up into a half circle and a triangle. That's the first step, to divide your figure up into simpler shapes. The second step is to go to your formula sheet and find the areas for those simple shapes. Next, we're going to identify the given information from the problem and match it to the variables in our equation. We find that our triangle height right here is 5, that the triangle base from here to here is 4, okay? This triangle base is also our circle diameter. Remember, the diameter is half the radius, so our radius will be 2 instead of 4. So we just plug our information into our formula, and then we add them together, okay? Fairly straightforward. You guys have totally got this. So number 9 illustrates that sometimes we don't always have all of the information. Notice the shape we get by taking a rectangle and adding it to a triangle. However, we're missing the triangle's height and base. We find this by looking at the figure and inferring it from the given information. We can see the total bottom of the figure is 12. It's made up of the triangle base and the rectangle base. So we take the total and subtract the rectangle to get the triangle. That's shown by this equation right here. We do the same thing for the circle height, or the triangle height. We have the total height, missing height. We set up our equation and we solve. You guys don't necessarily need to set up equations for this. If you can see it, just make sure you're recording it and looking at the figure correctly. So we take our information, we plug it into the formula, and we are good to go. I chose to show problem 17 because it's a problem that can be done one of 2 ways. And it's important to know that you can solve these composite figures any way you want to get the correct answer. There could be multiple different pathways to get there. As long as you show your work and justify it, both are completely acceptable. For this shape, we can either find the area of 2 trapezoids, or we can take a rectangle and subtract a triangle. All right? So that's it for today. Very easy lesson. But once again, please contact me if you have any questions. Remember, it's especially important to show your work now. So please, please, please show that work, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.